Elfin's been learning to weave on the 8 shaft loom. She's really enjoying working on there. She's worked on a 4 shaft loom before but never worked on an 8 shaft. She's got the pattern to follow and she's weaving on the sampler. I have a lot of our sheep's wool that needs carding before I can spin it. This wool's been washed and now it's getting carded to make all the fibres go the same way, ready to start spinning it on the spinning wheel. In the last vlog we were cutting the willows, cutting the rods ready to leave enough space to weave the rest of the willows into the living willow fence, and then lately I've been weaving the rest of these in. This is a huge job that has to be done every year. We've got 4 living willow fences, so each one of them has to be woven in every year and cut. The pieces that we cut off we weave into the wattle fences, and then the rest of these get woven in as living willow. The willow variety in this particular fence isn't the easiest to weave with. It tends to break quite easily, whereas the other varieties that we've got in the other fences are a lot easier to work with. The reason why we planted so much willow is because our ground gets so waterlogged in winter, and the willow loves water, so it helps to dry the ground up. If you'd like to see the weaving of the wattle fences, that's in one of our other vlogs. I'll put a link to it in the description. If you subscribe to our channel, you can click the notification bell to know when our next videos come out. And if you like the video, please remember to put a like on it, as it helps other people to find the video as well. Thank you. I've recorded the new project along for patrons in the woodland glade, meadow and forest tiers. I've done 2 tutorials this time, one for the knitted and crochet shawl, and the other tutorial is for some fun art journaling. For anybody that wants to join the tiers on Patreon with the project along tutorials, you also get access to all the previous project along tutorials as well. There's lots of different crafts on there: journal making, bookbinding, embroidery and slow stitching, knitting, crochet and fun, easy therapeutic art. Last year we had some bullfinches arrive in the garden, and they're back again this year. I haven't seen them over winter, and the other day I saw them in the cherry tree. They're eating the buds of the cherry flowers. This year's lambs got out through the hedge at the farm next door. Where is it? On the line. Luke's put the lamb back through the hedge into the field again with its mama.
dad, my uncle and my 2 cousins bought me this sunflower growing kit for Easter, and I'm really excited to try it. It says on the packet, place disc in pot, that's this, and this is the pot, and it says watch the disc expand as you add water, so I'm really excited to see it grow bigger, and I've just been wondering how big it's going to grow, because it fits pretty much exactly on the bottom of the pot. So I'm wondering if it will maybe expand up and not down, like sideways. So I'm really excited to do that. I think it is working a bit. I've just put some water in this and then left it for a minute, and it's expanded quite a bit, because before it was up to like here on the pot. Now it's up to like here. I'm going to get the seeds.
I need some tags for the pots, so I'm gonna make some out of this branch. It's a piece of fruit wood. Luke did some pruning in the garden, and I think this is a josterberry, and so I just found it outside, so I'm going to use it to make some tags to put in the seed pots. Just cut part of it away and then I can write onto that side. This one's a bit green, he must have cut it quite recently, so I'm going to find another one that's dry and then let this dry out for another time, but it's a bit too wet inside to write onto it with the pen. But yeah, that's what I do with branches, and then I just carve away the bottom a little bit. Make it a bit pointier to stick in the ground. I'll make some of those now, ready to put in the pots.
Can I write something?
Yeah.
One.
So we've got soup bean, just put soup bean.
Oh! I thought that you were chickens.
Already in there.
What do you think it is? Don't you think it's lamb's lettuce it's shown in here?
No, it's first lane.
First lane?
First lane.
First lane. What do you think? Is that rocket?
No, it's kale. We've got kale, mustard greens, first lane, some spinach, chive, lettuce. I've seen pottery around as well.
Yes.
How many to one area?
I think time for this lettuce.
How many to one thing?
2 in the pot, 2
Okay.
in each module.
Okay.
The radishes didn't come out.
Yeah, I think the seed might be a bit old now. So I'm not right. You probably just took mine, one up and down, see what comes up.
Is this first lane as well then?
No, what's that? How's that from sunflower? She's just planting some. Looks like there's some onion growing now.
Yeah. You've got coffee first.
Yeah.
No, it's a hot chocolate pot actually.
Oh, that's lovely.
You can have some if you want to.
No, I just like the fact that you've got your plastic here.
I made the hot chocolate. I've got a special recipe. And plant some more things. Which one is it?
Oh.
Pepper. Have you given it a name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's the next one?
French bean.
I like big beans, I don't like.
Bell peppers.
You got chilies as well.
Not here, they're still on the window ledge. But this is the first time we've tried to grow these.
I think it did that because it's so cold in here. It's so hot in here. Still steamy.
Show us your peppers.
Daddy!
We grow seeds from real seeds, true seeds that will grow new plants, because a lot of the seeds you get in garden centres won't grow new plants if you sow the seeds that come from those plants. These ones are from the Real Seed Company, and everything that's grown in here has come from the Real Seed Company. So there's lots of plants coming up in the ground, just from the ones that went to seed last year, so I'll show you what I found coming up in the ground. There's purslane everywhere. So this little plant you see coming up, that's literally like a carpet everywhere, this is purslane, and we use this in salads. So when they've grown a bit bigger, then I'll thin them out a bit. There's kale, and there's some lettuce, really nice lettuce. That's some more kale. There's some spinach and some, oh that's the spinach, and there's some chard as well. Actually, I think that one might be a spinach. But over here there's some chard. Yeah, there's some red chard coming up. There's lots of, I just call it big mint. I don't actually know what kind of mint this is, but it grows absolutely huge, like a few feet tall, and that's really nice. That grows everywhere. These are all little chard plants and spinach plants. These are some lettuces that Luke and Elfin sowed themselves. They're coming up, but there's loads of purslane coming up in between, so they will get that thinned out. This looks like a borage coming up. Yeah, definitely. Little borage flowers. We can eat those in salads. And there's some kale there. This is Sutherland kale that's coming up. And there's another Sutherland kale coming up there. And then I found loads more kale here. And some more borage. These are mustard greens. Red chard growing there. Lots more kale. Loads more kale, purslane, mustard greens. borage. And I think this might be chamomile coming up, because I did have some chamomile growing here. And loads more purslane. So these grow like little rosettes and open out. So I'll just thin around some potatoes coming up there. The potatoes aren't from the Real Seed Company, they were from the Organic Gardening Catalogue. This here, this is a wild plant. I'm pretty sure this is Jack by the Hedge, but we'll see. Just rub it in. Yeah, that's definitely Jack by the Hedge. It smells like garlic. So that's a wild plant, but it is, if I'm right and it is Jack by the Hedge, then that'll be an edible. You can really see the little rosettes here on the purslane, because there's none growing around it. You can see it sort of spreads out and it opens out. There's lots more kale coming up here. I'm really, really pleased that we've got lots of plants coming up. There's some more chard. It means there's loads of vegetables that I won't have to sow this year. Great, and some more butterhead lettuce over here. There's another one. A suspended shelf. It's a plank that's hanging on strings from the roof beams of the polytunnel, and I put all squash, beans, peas, anything like that, sunflower seeds and things like that. All those seedlings go onto the suspended shelf, because then mice can't get to them, because if I put them in the propagator then they'll climb up the shelves and eat them. So I've got the French beans, the soup beans, they're Greek giant beans for drying for soup, runner beans, French beans, those are buttercup squash, golden courgettes, Georgia candy squash, Hokkaido squash, what's that one, sunflowers, and then more sunflowers. That was the first one that Elfin planted. So I'll wait for all those to come up, and then once they've come up, they might go into the propagator, or I might just leave them on there until they're big enough to plant out. I watered the tunnel last night and the kale's got even bigger now, so some of that's ready to eat, and it's almost time to start thinning out the purslane, because that's got bigger now, so I can see more clearly where the individual plants are and pull some out in between to give them a bit more space. This is a propagator. It's one of those mini greenhouses. I just close the lids to keep it warm in there at night. I've put the herbs in here. There's chives, basil, more basil, and these are Sutherland kale. This is a Sutherland kale when it gets bigger. I've got 2 or 3, maybe more actually. I can see some more. So there's probably 5 or 6 of these Sutherland kale plants in the polytunnel just coming up by themselves. And I've planted some more because we eat a lot of this. It's really nice kale. And I found a blue kale growing as well. There's the blue kale. That's one that I actually planted that I've overwintered. I've carded some more rollags. These are the ones that I've got available at the moment. They are rustic rollags. They've got lots of really textured fibres in these ones. I've also got some of the smoother rollags. They're all hand dyed, and I've got some hand dyed art bats as well. I've also made some more of the recycled bats, so that's a fibre I've got for anybody that's waiting for spinning fibres. There's lots of different colours. Many thanks to all our patrons. Your membership on our Patreon craft community really helps these videos to be made. Thank you so much. If you didn't see our last video, it was a tutorial and pattern to make the flower crochet blanket. If you'd like to join in and make that, then you can find it on our previous video. And there'll be another vlog soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all subscribers.